Hello, beauties. So I strongly feel as though I cannot leave this house without pulling some cards and doing a reading because there is a message that someone really needs to hear. By the way, my name is Fiana. I know a lot of y'all be like curious as to know like what my real name is. But my name is Fiana and I go by Queen Fee because um, I just feel like, my father pops up and always wants me to correct someone when they are saying my name incorrectly. And so, because a lot of people like to hit me with the Fiona, and it's not Fiona, it is Fiana. And my dad used to always make me correct anyone that mispronounced my name. So, I just go ahead and sum it up and be like, just call me Fee, okay? Just one Fee, not Fifi. I don't like Fifi, and those that really know me know that about me. So the fake ones that want to make it seem like we are closer than what we are, try to hit that Fifi, and it is not, okay? Never will be, okay? So don't do that. But we are starting this reading off with the Tower. And, the tower in traditional tarot means, that there is something that is crumbling and tearing down to reconstruct something new in life. And what I'm seeing on this card, I want you to look at this card. Like, he's looking at something being destroyed. And he's devastated in seeing this, right? Who loves to see any type of catastrophe? But I really don't feel as though like that was his home. I feel as though someone is watching someone go through some form of catastrophe, and the energy that's behind this, I'm looking at this thunder and lightning, and I also see the streaks of red. This is like anger, this is rage, this is the raft coming down to destroy something, someone, because of some very shady, low vibrational, toxic ass energy. I'm gonna call it just like that because I'm looking at all of this smoke, and to me that's just all of the density that's in the air. So someone could have betrayed you. Someone could have done the absolute worst to you, and you continued to just move forward. You continue to swim through the flow of life. And, they thought that they were going to enjoy that tower. They thought they were going to enjoy those riches, that abundance, that all of that space. When we think of a castle, we think of a mansion, right? Someone having more than enough, right? So someone was being greedy. Someone took something that was not theirs, that did not belong to them, and you continued to watch things go down, even though you may have wanted to question, or maybe even I'm hearing get your lick back. You decided, what, I'm just gonna flow. I know the universe is gonna work things out for me. And so you focus more on peace, more on mindfulness, even to the point to where you probably became a student of higher knowledge and higher just higher awareness, higher level of consciousness, and you continue to work on yourself. And there's some good news that's coming in as this is tumbling down in someone else's life. It is also bringing some sort of truth, some sort of light to the matter. Something that was hidden is about to be exposed, and that good news is going to help you when it comes to financial matters. So if it was something that was stolen from you, 444 was just on the screen, God is making it right. God is making it right. He is seeing to it that those that were denied, that were, restricted or prohibited in some form of way, is receiving the justice that they rightfully deserve. And I feel as though it's because, you personally have worked through a lot of past due karmic energy. So you've learned your lessons, you've paid back your karmic debt, and you've balanced the shadows within yourself, and you have some abundance coming your way. Next card we have here is the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. Money is good. Megan Thee Stallion, money good. And I'm looking at I'm looking at this tower right here, right? And if you notice, like in this image right here, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So, he's fine. He's fine, like, and literally fine. So you may also be like even more attractive, these days. Your health is amazing. You're looking good, you're feeling good, your accounts are good, like you have money like all over your head, like showering over you. This is a very abundant, prosperous time of life where, if you look at the water is so chill right now, right? The water looks like, there's no turbulence, it's peaceful, it's serene. We have all of this fruits, and I'm looking at the vines, and the vines indicate, hard work. Vines are, enduring hard times, and this Ace of Pentacles is also clarified by the Nine of Water, which is the Nine of Cups. So, so this money coming in is a wish coming true. This is like, you rubbing that lamp and that genie asking, what is it that you desire? And you're like, I just want to be financially free. In fact, one of the cards that I pulled for myself personally today was the birds, was representing freedom, having that desire to be free, to soar high like the birds, but to also soar and see things as, from a higher perspective, as the bird is able to see it, being able to see all angles of a situation. And so with that, I want to say, pay attention to the birds that are around you. What are the birds doing? What kind of birds do you have around you? Look up those birds, look up those meanings. When you see a feather, connect with that feather. What is the message that's coming from that feather? What is the message that's coming from those birds? Because you've been receiving messages through the birds, letting you know of this tower moment that's going to come in and possibly tear everything down for someone else, but is going to put you in a very prosperous situation, to the point to where you have more than enough money for yourself, to save, to help others. And it's going to be, you've wished for this freedom, but it's going to come in, in such a hefty amount that it's going to be more than you expected. It's going to put you in the hangman energy for a while, because you've been through a lot of challenging times. You had to work through a lot. You had to show a lot of resilience, and endurance just to get through this situation. It's been very difficult. You've done a lot of work on yourself. And so, now that, this abundance has come in, now it's time to figure out what is the wisest way to use this money. You want to make sure that that abundance isn't just short-lived, that you just go on a shopping spree, enjoy yourself for a time period, and then boom, here you are a few years later back in the same predicament. No, now this time you are in hangman energy, figuring out What is it that you exactly want to do with it? How do you want to see yourself within the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years? You know, it's that type of thought process that you're going to have. And you may even disappear and take a little trip and go into hiding so that you can figure out the best way to use this money to bless yourself and to bless others. Because, you know, the last card that we have here is the Sun, clarified by the Three of Swords. This is your time of happiness. This is your time of joy after all of the great sadness, after all of the pain that you've had to endure, after taking so many hits. This is your time where God is like, take this money, bless yourself, bless other people, but make sure that you give yourself the time, the space, and the environment to fully and completely heal. You've been doing a lot of work on yourself, and this is that financial opportunity that is going to be able to say, hey, you know, if I want to go away and go for a year on a spiritual retreat, to take an inward journey, to discover myself, to connect with my ancient lineage. 1111 just on the screen. Somebody may be called to go to a specific geographical place. You may feel, you know, your soul calling you to go there, and it may be for various reasons. It may be for some ancient knowledge that is going to be given to you from that nature, that specific environment. There may even be, you know, some light codes that are going to be activated within you. You may be called to that environment because God is using you as a grid worker, and He needs your vibrational frequency in a specific place at a specific time. Everything is all about divine timing, is what I'm hearing from that 1111 that I just saw on the screen. But this was all destined to happen, and you were destined to have this abundance. I just want to pull just a few more. I wanted to make this a short reading, but I knew this reading had to come out for a reason. One of the other messages that has constantly been coming out was, you know, having to get rid of a lot of people, and not being able to have certain people around you and continuing to move forward with you on your journey. I'm speaking to someone who is constantly being set apart, who is constantly being put in a place of isolation to where things never really last long. You know, you may go to a job and something always happens at this job, or, you know, you may try, you know, connecting with different communities and groups and collaborating with various different, you know, organizations, and for some reason those organizations are pushing you out, or are excluding you, not including you, you know, kind of like silencing you, or just restricting you from having, you know, privy to certain information. And all of those things are meant to happen because God doesn't want your vibrational frequency to be messed with. You have to stay at a certain vibration, and so you can't always be around a lot of different people. Okay, so people are not meant to stay in your life for the long haul. Some of these people you're meant to come in contact with because the two of you activate different codes in each other within specific, you know, within specific timelines. You know, also it's to show you that you've mastered certain lessons in life and that you've already closed out certain cycles. So we have the with the Ace of Pentacles, we have that Nine of Water, and we also now have the World card. Like, when I tell you, you know, I don't want to make light of the financial blessing that is coming into your life. Like, this is going to be life changing. When I say you're going to have to go and sit still and figure out what to do with it, that is because it is that massive, which is also why a lot of people have been removed from your life, because God also has a will that still needs to be done with particular souls. And if they have not allowed themselves to open up to a certain degree, in order to fulfill other wills, other prophecies, through them, then God is not going to allow you guys to stay connected, because once you receive this massive blessing, you're going to be blessing all of these different people. And God is saying, no, it's not time for this person yet, because I'm still working on this person. This person's going to get it later. And it's not as though, that person doesn't deserve. It's just not that person's time yet. Look at it this way, dinner is prepared and they're calling everyone in to eat, but someone hasn't finished their work yet, and they're like, the food is there, you're gonna eat, but you're gonna complete this task before you just go and enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, and so that's all that is happening. So don't feel as though this is one of those like, oh no, that person's a really bad person, I can't bless them. That's not the case. That's not what we're saying. We're just saying that there's other things that have to be in alignment for that specific soul, and God wants you to stay in that vibration so that you can hear 1616, which is on the screen, so that you can hear who it is God wants you to help when you receive that money. See, God had to make sure that he blesses a specific individual with it that is going to be open to hear the messages, to know exactly what to do, which is why that hangman energy is so important, because God doesn't want someone that is out of balance, that's just going to frivolously go and just give it all away and be back to square one. No, this is something that's going to be thought out so that it can not just bless you, but bless many others, and have a continuous flow of blessings coming in. I know you've noticed with a lot of different information and stuff that's going on, within the we are coming into times where we have to position ourselves to make sure that we are always good, looking out for ourselves and looking out for others. This is that time where we stop putting so much responsibility on these officials to make sure things happen for us, and for us to make sure that things happen for us. This is those times where we need to go in together and purchase land and say, okay, this is how much space we're all going to have, and we're going to bring in all these people within our community, and we're all going to create our own food supply. We're going to share with our community. We're going to out share to the others to make sure that everybody is collectively good, and I feel as though that is that creating heaven on earth, giving each other the tools and the resources to supply ourselves. And we also have that magician here. The magician is with the hangman. And so that magician with this hangman and, this, things looking up, this is, going into that stillness to figure out, like I was saying, to figure out who's supposed to be blessed, what you're supposed to do with everything, and the sun with this, Three of Swords, this time of going into peace, into joy, into, healing, is all about not having to juggle, showing up in the 3D world, paying bills and stuff, and then still trying to manage, your mental and emotional state. Not having to be strong and prioritize that balance of the day of how much you can exert into all these different things, of just saying, ooh, now I can work on myself. 1919 was just on the screen. Now I can just work on myself and get me together. And so that's amazing. It's amazing. So stay balanced, continue working on yourself, so that you can hear the messages that God is giving you and the directions that you are being given on what to do with this abundance. Because as you follow directions, I promise you, God is continuing to make sure that you are in this state of flow. Because like I said, you are becoming a leader. You are about to be a blessing to many other people, and that balance is necessary. That balance is just absolutely necessary. I am open for personal readings. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, I do full readings for $55. It will last about 30 to 45 minutes. I do not ask any questions. We just completely let the Holy Spirit step in and give whatever messages that is heavily on your heart or that you need to know at this particular time. You can email me at fiana@feedsfeelings.com. You can also go directly to the website and pick a time that is good for you. That is feedsfeelings.com. That information will be in the description. Please make sure that you are liking, following, all that good jazz. Have a wonderful, amazing day.